Sink succinct. Sink it succinct. Sink, sink. It's just been nonstop. Like I've been sitting here and it's just been nonstop the entire time I've been sitting here. It's been nonstop the entire time. It's just nonstop the entire time, just nonstop, cars pulling up, nonstop. I saw a whitey turn over there that looked synced with that whitey down the street, and then the black and silver. Probably more black and silver. That just came out when that car turned. I keep seeing this bird flying over. I think he's synchronizing. And then silver car is pulling up as the black car starts to drive. And then this red car just pulled up when that red car turns. And then I think this might be a blue car. Is it a blue car? Yeah, I think it is. And he's syncing with the red car. And then there's another red car coming. And I heard a sound behind me, and that has an 86. And then there's a whitey. And then sing, sing, sing. It's just non-stop. Green car, you know, and then there's these two silver cars, you know, and they're just all stalkers. All the cars that just drove by are stalkers. Every car is a stalker. I don't know, is this car a stalker? I see this bird flying over again. And she's just sitting in that car. I don't think it turned on yet. Is this gonna be a stalker? Blue car pulling up. This car is taking off. That's like a turquoise car, but it definitely looks synced with the red car, and these definitely look synced. The black and silver cars. See, I'm only 4 minutes in the video. It's already been 105 sync heads. She's scratching her head in that car. Oh, and then this just pulled up to the intersection when she drove by me. She was scratching her head synced. It's not a joke. But it's kind of funny though, in a way, but not really. It's just funny how they'd be walking up sync. The white is turning synced. Wow. That's why I zoomed in, because I knew the white was going to turn synced. And then this truck is taking forever to turn. Is he waiting for this other truck to pull up? And this... Is that why he was taking forever to turn? Or does he just have really weak arms and he can't turn a steering wheel? Or was he walking up sync? I keep seeing birds up here. I think we're synchronizing. They definitely were before I was recording. I don't know. It's tan van over there. He's driving right at the same time that this car is driving. And then it's silver, and then and then they walking up. Is this stalkered up? The bird stalkered up. What's stalkered up? I don't know. Is this stalkered up? She just walked out when it pulled up, like walked around the corner of this building. And then this is pulling up when it drives by me. Stalkered up. And then I think I see stalkers, and what was that sound? Was that the truck? He's got a 66 plate. And then this bird just flew over right as these cars sink over there. Like flew over my head almost, like over here. Garbage truck. Stalk it up. And then this truck is pulling up right when it drives by me. And then this has one light, I think, unless it's the sun. I think he's got one light. Oh, it was just the sun reflecting off of it. But he's gonna pull up, stalkered up with another red car. And then this is pulling up right after it. Is it stalkered up? Is it stalkers? Was it silver, I think? I think it was the silver sync. And this has a 22, and I don't know. There's a white car and a tan truck pulling up at the same time. And then there's a white truck pulling up that looks stalkered up. And then there's a white car pulling up that looks stalkered up. And then this car looks stalkered up. And then... And that was a tan truck, so he's probably stalkered up. I don't know. The whitey's turning right as his car drives, and the truck back there. Oh, there's a tail lift back there. I bet the tail lift was stalkered up. And then I think he started driving forward when that blue car drove by me. And he's gonna park stalkered up. He's gonna park right as this pulls up. And opening the car door, stalkered up. And then getting out of the car, stalkered up. Getting out of the car, stalkered up. And walking up, stalkered up. There's someone coughing right now to the left of me. and they cough when he walks up to the corner. Like they coughed when he walked up on the curb, and then they coughed when he walked up to the corner. And they're like over there somewhere. And blue car, and then a blue car, and a red car just turned right now. And a blue car, and a red car behind the blue car, and I think that might have been another blue car. This red car just turned again. Sheesh. And he's got that American flag thing on his truck, and he's probably a stalker. I always see that on stalker trucks. And then these are silver, 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 and then sing, 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 and then white, and then ooh. And then sing, sing, doo doo, doo doo. This car is taking off. I just started to drive. But yeah, they just don't stop like during the daytime. There's a train horn going off. Like during the daytime, especially like places like this, like downtown, busy places. It's just like doo doo. Just like walking up, sing doo doo. Like walking up, sing. That guy's waving at me. I think it might be the guy that's always stalking me. I'm not sure. Not sure if it's that guy. This guy's like taking a picture of something now. I don't know who he's taking a picture of. I think these are stalkered up. He's gonna get back in the car stalkered up. There's a bunch of white cars right now. He's getting in the car stalkered up. And that other whitey was turning behind the other whitey stalkered up, I think. And then the train's probably gonna drive out right when he takes off in the white car. Here he goes. And he's meeting a tan car just pulled up right now. There's the train. See? I knew that was gonna happen. 86. White. Didn't I just say that was gonna happen? And this car, and this car, and the train horn, and this car is parking. And then I think I hear another car coming to meet this car. Walk it up, see. And then this is a red car, but he's not here yet. I don't know. Was he supposed to sink? The train horn keeps seeming synchronized as different train horns, and then other ones don't, but that one did, and then the one before it was going off when the red car drove by me. And this car is pulling up as the car turns, and then there's another white. Walking up sync. And then another car is coming to meet this car right now, and they're gonna pull up. Walking up sync. And then this white car is driving out right now. And then I think I saw 2 black cars over there. And I think it's supposed to sync with the silver car, and then there's a black car behind the silver car, and then probably blue and red sync. And then this is probably gonna sync. I don't know. Yeah, is it sync? Is it sync? Is it sync? I heard some noise when she went in the door. I don't know what the noise was. It's the last train car. And I think things are sinking. I don't know. Here's a black car. Is this gonna be a silver car? Is it slowly drive? Oh, it's this one. And I think I saw a red truck and a blue truck turning at the same time over there. Don't know if it was a blue truck or a black truck, but... And then I heard a car honk when this car pulled up to the intersection, and then... How many of these are walking up to me? This bird is right over my head, right as this 88 drives in front of me. I was gonna zoom in on the plate, but I was like, I'll record the bird instead. This has a B22 on it. It's probably a sync head. I don't know. Is it? I think was that a blue car? I think I saw a red car synced with it. I see 2 silver cars now. They synced. He's driving right as it pulls up, like they're synced or something. It's got 77 and walking up sync. I saw a red car turning over there when this red car pulled up, and it looked synced with the other car pulling up. And this car is driving really slow. Is it synced? So this is synced with this. And she just came back out of the door now when they synced. And then this is probably synced. She's opening the car door, and there's a car starting over there right when she opened the car door, right when that truck was next to me. Sync. And then I saw a tail lift, and then she closed the car door, and I heard a car honk over there or something. And then red and blue, and then red, and then... and then I see stalkers over there, and it's stalkered up. And then a whitey bot, and then the truck's gonna back up when it drives or something. Oh, right when it drives. Oh, another prediction. Another prediction perfectly predicted. Sync, sync. I think I saw Whitey's like way over by the library. Pretty sure it did. And then this red car is stopping as this blue car drives, and then there's a green truck, and then and there's a white truck, and then there's a whitey bot, and then there's this car, and it's always synced, and then there's a red truck, and he's got red on that car, and it's probably a red sync. I don't know. But like if a car has red on it, they'll sync a red car with it. Or like if it has like a blue logo on it, they'll sync a blue car. Or like, I'm pretty sure, like, and this car with the red stripe on it, they'll always sync with red cars. And like, they'd be walking up sync, the train horn's going off again, and a car just hit their lock button right before that I think was synchronized. The train horn is definitely synchronized. And it's going off as these cars pull up now. And then what's he doing? Is he gonna synchronize as another car drives out? Oh. And then I heard a banging sound when this white car pulled up, and then I heard a banging sound again as this car starts to drive. And then there's a bus coming up over here, and he's gonna sink, I can guarantee it. Because every bus I see is always synced. Every bus. And there's a black car, and a silver, and the black bus, and a white, and a sink, and sink. Here comes the black bus. What's up behind it? A black truck and a silver as he pulls up. And then I saw another silver car turn that also looks synced. And then this bird looks synced right now. Like he was just like curving over as it turned, and then I think that was black and black. Black and black, yeah! Sink. I see a white car way over there. I can't tell if he's at the train tracks right now or what. But he's probably gonna pull up sync. He's probably gonna drive. He's sitting there. Okay, now he's driving. Is he synced? Black and silver sync. Hello, car sync. Here comes the white. Is he gonna sync? Sync. He's driving right as the aloe car is right here. The sync. And then a car hit their lock button over there. I don't know if it was a sync. They just can't sit still for 5 seconds, so it probably was. I don't know. Is it a sync with the white driving out? With a 93 license plate? Is it a sync? Is it double synced? Triple? Is it a quadruple scoop sync? And then a white car just turned over there. Man, this is retarded, bro. A bird just flew over synced with that white car. This red and blue sync. Sync. He's gonna park sync. And then there's a purple car. And just occasionally I'll see a purple car Well, occasionally I'll see a purple car in general or whatever, but like occasionally I'll see a purple car with the red and blue cars lately. And sing. Cause red and there's a blue car over there when this blue car turns. Cause red and this is blue. Cause red and blue makes purple. So I'll see a purple car with the red and blue cars sometimes. And then I saw a car driving out when that car turned behind it that looked synced. And then and then I heard a sound behind me when this car pulled up, like someone walking out of the apartment door or something. And he's driving slow so he can sync with this truck. He's not here yet. How high am I? Not enough. Can you take me higher? I think they were walking up sync before when they came the other way. Are they walking up sync? It's a green car turning as they get across the street, and I think they were syncing when they walked the other way earlier in the video. These look black and silver. This has one light. This and a bird just flew by synced, and that was pulling up at the same time, and another bird just flew by when the whitey started to drive. Synced. And then there's a whitey pulling up back there, and there's a whitey pulling up over here. Synced. And it's a tan one light. A tan one light. A synced tan one light. Sync. And they just turned the corner over there. The other blocking people just turned the corner. And then there's these birds. I don't know. Are they synced? They're flying back right now. Oh! And then that car was starting. The guy that was walking around the corner. And then the car just honks, hitting their lock button as the whitey was here. And then is that another whitey? And that car is taking off. And the 77. Black and silver, walking up sync. And then there's a red car over there right now that seems synced with this one. And I think it's the red truck behind the red car. And I think these birds are synchronizing again. And they just keep doing it with the birds. I think the birds are synchronizing. Definitely a few of them are. Oh, and there's that car with the red on it turning with the red truck. And they'll do that too. They'll just have a car with red on it that syncs with a red car, or a car with blue on it that syncs with a blue car. And there's people walking up, and there's a red, and there's a white coming, and are they walking up sync? Are they walking up sync? Are they walking up sync? And then that drove out right when that started to drive. And then there's a guy on a bike that rolled up, and he looked synced when he rolled up. He got a red backpack, and the car looks synced with him, and these cars look synced with him, and it looks synced. And black and silver. And black and silver. And black and silver. Bro's geeking off them perks. Nope, never Never percolated before. Uh, the only perks I've done is percolated bong rips. Never done a perk. There's a car that's gonna meet this car. Black and black. And the car door just closed when they pulled up. It was starting. I don't know where it's at. And then it's probably another black stalker truck. That guy just turned the corner and it was right when this white truck started to drive, and maybe walking up, seeing these cars just pulled up at the same time as each other. That white car and that car. Tan car or silver car, silver and black car, and a silver car, and a 22, and a sink. And then bunch of black and silver. And then the silver car is turning with the silver and the silver. The silver surfer. And was that Whitey way back there synced, I think? There's that car again with a blue car now. There's the car with the red on it with a blue car and a red car on the same video. And then this blue truck just backed up with that red car, synced. And then there's a blue car, and then there's a red car. Ooh. And then a bug just flew in front of me as the red car started to drive. It's the last car, and it's synced, I think. And then, oh! And then this guy just walked up right when this pulled up and did a U-turn. Oh, it's the people that were turning synced on the corner. They're like standing over there, but he like walked up to the corner synced, I think, with the car doing the U-turn. Is it that guy again? Is he synced? Like these? With the 42? Black and silver and blue. Like, we don't got enough black and silver cars right now. Throw in the blue car. I don't know, it's weird. I think that's like a blue car though. I don't know. Is this guy walking up synced? I think he's walking up synced. Telelift. Walking up synced. The birds, man, they just keep doing it. They just keep seemingly sinking. specifically with white cars. I mean, a bunch of different cars, but like the whole time I've been sitting here, there's this flocks of birds flying over that look synced. And then when that tail lift turned, there was birds flying over it, and like just a bunch of times when white cars pull up, there's birds flying over, and they're flying out as this turns. Walking up sync. And then what? I see a white car over there again. I don't know if he's at the train tracks, but probably was at the train tracks synced. And then when he pulls up to the intersection, a tail lift is driving out and they're turning simultaneous. And then the birds again, and then the cars, and then sync. And then these cars are gonna sync. They're walking up sync. There's a car starting as they start to drive again over there. And then Syncmobiles. Holy Syncmobiles, Batman. Just had a dim light. And there's Whitey driving out. And it's Whitey'd up. Holy Syncmobiles. Batman. And I think, I don't know how many of those cars over there are synced, but alright. Are they synced? That guy is turning the corner as the white car is turning. Right at the same time that it turned. And then it's turning as this drives, and then walking up sync. Walking up. And then was that silver, and then silver. And then oh. She's got a red shirt in that car. And he's me in that car. And then there's a car honking. And then here's a tan car. And that car just turned right when he started to drive. And I think it has a B9 on it. And then I think this red car is synced with the other red car that turned, and then he synced with that car, and then white, and then the black car was synced with the silver car, I think, and a car honked. I think it was synced with Whitey driving. And then there's a piglet, and I think he's synced, and I think these cars are synced, and I think they're all synced, and they're synced. And they're like, oh, sync. And I don't know if she was synced. Not sure. Just recording what's happening around me. I think these are synced though. I think they're synced. I'm thinking it's syncing. I'm thinking it's synced. And that red car was probably synced with the blue truck. And he's probably gonna sync. Make this over here with a blue car. And he's probably gonna sync. And this has an 84. And it might have been a blue car also, I don't know. A dark blue car. And then that looks synced. And it looks synced. Like a sync. And that guy was like pointing. But he's like pointing like he's talking to somebody. But he's in the car by himself. Unless his child is in the back seat or something. But he looks like he's in the car by himself. But he's like pointing like he's talking to somebody, but there's nobody in the car with him. But he's just pointing right as he drives by me, and they like the point. Synced. Opening the door, synced. Open door, sync. Walking up, sync. Sync. Walk, sync. Sync, walk, sync. Sync, walk, sync. Sync. He's getting over to the intersection right now. There's a red car turning when this red car pulls up. He's parking and Whitey and a blue car. And then he just turned off when the Whitey drove by. And then there's a green truck. Then he's opening the door. And a red car pulled up when he opened the door. And there's the blue stalker when he closes the door and he sync. And it's a sync. And now the church bell is going off, and it probably started when the car syncs. And the guy looks like he's walking up synced when the car gets to the intersection. And then it's just sitting at the intersection with, I think, a half taillight, and he's waiting for the other red truck to pull up to sync. And then the church bell started the clock countdown when he pulled up, I think. Like they sync with that all the time. And the church bells sync on me, and then they sync. And then this is pulling up sync with the sync. And they wait, and they sync. Sync. And then that looks synced with Whitey, and then these are gonna sync, and they're gonna be synced. When they sync, they're gonna be sync. When they sink, they're synced. Just like a sink. They're gonna sink, and then they sink, and they're synced. And then he's like, oh, do I go? Oh, oh, I don't know how to drive through a stop sign. And then that's turning as that's turning, and it's synced. And then there's a loud truck over there, he's probably synced. And then sync, and then sync. And then sync, 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 and one light sync, and one light sync with the white sync, one light sync with the white sync. Sync, sync. The tan van, and sync. And the tan car, sync. I think the tan car is one light. Or dim light or something. This car and this car, sync. Sync. Sync, 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 sync. Woo! Sync. Woo! Yeah, sync. Woo! Sync, 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 sync. They're walking up again. And there's a white truck turning. C45. And then blue, red. And then, is he gonna sink? Got his arm out the window. There's another red car. He's got his arm out the window. There's a blue car. And sink. He's taking a drink right now. They'll just have a coffee cup and they'll just be like, right when they drive by me. How do I sound insane? It was red and then red and then red and then blue and then red with the blue. How do I sound insane? It's always red with the blue and then other red and then red and then red and then blue and then blue. Things like that. It's always like that. I think that was green and green. I couldn't tell if it was green or black or whatever. And then, yeah, yesterday's video, there was green and green. And then that car started driving right when that truck started driving. And then there's a white car pulling up when he gets across. And then probably another whitey. I don't know. So it's just like white and white, and then tan and tan, and then blue and blue, and then red and blue, and then red and red, and then black and silver, and silver and silver, and black and black, and black and silver, and silver and black. So how do I sound insane? I think they sound insane by being like, I'm not a sink when you are a sink. I think that's insane. They sound insane. Because they say I sound insane and they're not synced, but they are. Like if you're meeting me at a doorway all the time, and then I'm like, you're meeting me at a doorway all the time, and you're like, I'm not meeting you at a doorway all the time. Like, you sound insane. This bird just flew out when that car started to drive. I think it was synced, and the silver car just pulled up when this silver car pulled up, and it's turning when it drives. I think it's synced, and then there's another silver car that's probably synced, and then there's a black car turning, and then there's someone walking behind me as a silver and black sync, and then there's a black car sync. So how do I sound insane? Because there's also a silver truck behind the black car. So how do I sound insane? Because she's walking up right now, right as he's right next to me, and she's always walking up synced. So how do I sound insane? Because she's gonna get across right as something sinks. Right as something sinks, she's gonna get across. Like right as she gets across, something sinks. So how do I sound insane? When it's always like this, like always. Like nonstop. Like that has an 86. And that was synced with it next to me at the same time. Sync. It's taking off right now when I walk around the corner, sync. There's a car hitting the rock button when he drives by me at the corner of Ravenwood. And then there's a truck at the other corner of Ravenwood. A sync. A sync. A sync. A sync. A tan sync. Bird sync. Silver or gray, whatever. He just turned. Was he synced again? It's a tan truck, but I'm not at the crosswalk yet. This is at the crosswalk though. Is this gonna drive by synced with it? This has an 86. Is this the Whiteys? This is the Whitey syncs. He's driving in that loud white truck right when I turn into here. Yeah, see? There's a siren going off right when I walk up to the door. Walking up, sync. Red pants is probably gonna sync. They're probably gonna walk away from the counter right when I walk up to the counter and they're gonna be like, see you later. Which is just like every day when I come in here pretty much. There's people at the counter and they walk away right when I walk up to it or right when I come in the door or whatever.
Yeah, the big deal is $11.64. $50.60. Well, I'll give you 65 today. I'll short you a penny another day. All right. Have a good one, man. Be blessed, be well, be well, blessed, be well.
That just started to drive synced. Then there's the owl truck in the white, and it's right here at the end of the aisle, and they like to sync here when I walk up to the end of the aisle. One of the last videos when I walked out of here, they were doing that. There's a white car right in front of me right there. And there's been other videos where they do that, and I don't say anything, but they walk up, or they walk up synced with the cars right here. And then they do it at the door. But not that time because I was talking, and probably they probably had one over at the door. It's just backed up, or I walk on the sidewalk. Probably walking up synced. I hear truck beeping that I think is synchronizing right there. Generally, it'd be a bunch of cars right now. Oh, here we go. Yep, they're gonna meet me at the intersection. I knew that was gonna happen. Walking up sync. And it starts driving right now. It's walking up. Walking up, walking up. And then these are both silver. There's the silvers. He's got his arm out the stalker window. And he's gonna open the stalker door. I just see him instantly now. Like, I just see him. A bird is going. And it is gonna back up syncs. Yeah, I just see them instantly now, but like before they do a sync, I'm like, they're gonna sync right now, aren't they? Yup. That's right here. I think it's synced. The whitey's backing up when the other whitey drives by me. And then he started driving forward when they drove by me. Or she, I mean. And then white, and then sync, and then bird, and then sync. I think the bird was synced. And this truck is synced. The truck was synced. And I think you just synced there behind me at the truck. And this is pulling up synced. And then this is driving out synced with the black silver sync. And it's turning at the corner Ravenwood, I think, and then black silver sync. And then red, and then sync. And then red. Dang. See, like, it just always happens like that, and the last red car is right here when I get across, and then there's a white, and it just always happens like that. And then this guy just moved right now. He's just like standing there. I knew he was gonna do a thing, and he did. And then he moved again right here. He just like lifts his head up right there. Like he's standing. He bends down, like crouches down at the one corner, and then he just moves his head at the other corner. And then he's gonna do something when I walk by him synced. I guarantee it. He's gonna sync. 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 Kind of cold. I need to get in the sunlight. Ah, there it is. And then that just turned off right there. Walking up sync. Green truck. I think this car just pulled up right there behind me. And it has a C3 license plate. The old C3 license plate. Is he making synchronizer noises? I think he's doing synchronizers. That has a 93. Smack dab in the middle of the crosswalk. Walking up sync. Door of Harbor Bar, white truck. And there's a sound behind me of that construction vehicle, and the white truck drives through the intersection. And then I saw a white car turning in front of me here. And then this car coming up, and they're making the sounds again with the construction vehicle. And the white truck's turning, and he's gonna drive right now. And this white truck is turning right now. It's like cold in the shade, but then when I go in the sun, it feels good. Like I'm like almost shivering in the shade, but then when I go in the sun, it's not cold. This white truck, man, this white truck. And then that was a black truck behind that black car when it turned out. And there, and oh! This white car is pulling up right now. And black truck looks synced, I think. And then there's 3 whiteys, I think. I think it was 3 whiteys. Ah, there's the sun again. There's a white truck right at the center of the parking lot. This car looks synced right now, and this one, I think they're synced. I think this is synced. They look synced. And these birds look synced, and this light turning looks synced, and this white truck looks synced. And this guy on the bike is probably gonna sink. Is the guy on the bike gonna sink? This car is always synced. He's got a red coat on. This car is always synced. This is an 88. It's a crazy 88. This has 93 sync with the red shirt. Sync. This looks sync. Looks sink. Looks sink, don't it? Where'd that guy go? He just says I'm insane, but he can't explain why I'm insane. This is a mail van and a UPS right now. And then he's meeting a tow lift over there, and then the mail van is driving out, and it's saying, and then there's a green car at the crosswalk, and there's a dog at the crosswalk. And this red car looks like he's gonna sink. And he's got a blue shirt in the red car. And then that has a 64, and then, I don't know. This looks synced. That looks synced. And I don't know. That car has a 64, and I saw some other cars behind me. I don't know. And I don't know what 64 means. I just see it all day, every day. 64 sync. 84 sync. 88 sync. 33 sync. 322 sync. 223 sync. 86 sync. 66 sync. 666 sync. 66 sync. $44 sync, 55 sync, 22 sync, 1111, 4444, A113, 60 sync, A13. I saw A1113 the other day, and I think it was synced. But A113 means adrenochrome though. And I see it synced. And 33 is Masonic, 42 is Masonic numbers, 322 is Skull and Bones, 86 means homicide or whatever. 86 means murder. 84, I think, means 1984. 93 is the year I was born. 29, I started noticing the gang stalkers when I was 29. I don't know if that's what that means, or if it, I don't know what 29 means. I see 29, I see B9, I see all of, see they use gematria, so I'll see B9, or I'll see C22, or I'll see C3. But I don't know what 64 means. So I don't know if it's Nintendo 64. I don't think that's it, but it might mean Nintendo 64 or something. But I always see it. That's the point though, is I always see it, and it's always synced, and it's like, sync! Haha! Is it gonna sink? Is it gonna sink? Is it gonna sink? Is it gonna sink? He's got 55. Oh, 777. With that car at the same time. I don't know what happened in the year 1964. Is it something like that, or what? What's 64 mean? Is it sync? This truck is pulling up. I saw Whitey behind it. He's pulling up when that drives by me, and he's blue and that's red. And they sync. I think that's Whitey back there. And the cop's gonna turn right now. Right as this 86 is turning. The cop is turning as a white truck turns. I think he stopped synced when I walked up. It was green, and there's a white truck over there that looks synced. The sun. At least I got the sun out here. He's my only friend in this tree. The trees and the sun. What up, tree? I love you, tree. Tan car. That car drove out in front of me right when I got across the alley. I think he was synced. This loud truck is right now. I think he's synced. This car's pulling up right now. I think he's synced. This car back here has a dim light. He's probably gonna pull up synced. This looks synced. Looks synced with that. Let's see. He's pulling up. He's gonna drive right when I walk up, probably. He's gonna drive right when I walk up. He's gonna drive right when I walk up, synced. Sync.